We're going to be replacing a screen on a laptop, an HP laptop 2000-2B89 notebook PC. My son stepped on it and apparently has cracked the screen. And when the screen is cracked, you'll notice on the screen that it just has a bunch of lines this way and a bunch of lines this way. And it looked like there was some like black fluid up here in the corner where he had stepped on it. So I've already had this apart, but I've kind of temporarily put it back together. The way to take this thing off, this frame off, is there's two screws down, one down here and one down here. And then you start up in the corner with just something flat. You break it apart, and then it just has little snaps that kind of pull it all the way apart, all the way around. And once you get so far, then it just comes right out. Then to get your screen out, there's two screws at the bottom on each side, and there's three on each side. Now I've already taken those out, and then there's two big screws up here in the top. So as you can see, I've already gotten those taken out. So you take out this on both sides, this one up here, 1, 2, 3, and then two more down here. And after you take that out, then your screen will fall. You have to unplug this, which has already been unplugged. So you just pull that out. It's got a little tape on it. It had a little tape on it. You pull that out, then you lay it forward like this. This one down here has been unplugged already. So you just take the tape off it, pull that out, and now your old screen is removed. Okay, now that you've removed your old screen, I went on a website called laptopscreen.com. Seems to be a pretty reliable, I did a little investigating, seems to be a pretty reliable website. Went ahead and purchased the screen. They've got options on where you can go down and put the model number, which the model number is shown basically right on the back here, which this particular one, and they're kind of little and hard to see, but you can see it was, let's see. Okay, where I left off is I couldn't see the model number, it was on too small, but on the back of the screen you'll see the model number, and right here it says N156B6-LOB. Now when you look that up, that's the number you'll have to order from. And this particular screen was $59. With shipping was $10 extra, was $69. Basically I ordered it, and in 4 days it showed up in a tight package with a bunch of foam rubber around it, which was nice and safe. So I've already taken it out now. There was some foam padding around it, and came right to my door. The mailman called my wife and got it in. Then it comes in this, you just take this out, basically pull your covers, which is just a safety shield here. Might want to keep that for later. And then you just reverse the process of how we took it apart. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to put this, plug this into here. Kind of tough, but you can get it in there. There you go. It slides in there, and once you get it slid in there, then take that tape and pull that like that. And we're going to keep this up here like this. So what I'm going to do is to keep this up here. Okay, now that we've got that hooked up, I'm actually going to take some tape and hook this right like that, kind of keep that up there. And then this is already still got some adhesive on it. That's basically how it came from the factory. So then you just kind of set it into your frame, and you bring it up like this, and then this one gets hooked up back into here. Now these connections are a little bit touchy, so you gotta kind of mess them. You can see the prongs that need to be pushed in. Now it gets pushed up to where it makes a good contact. You can actually pull that up with that tape. And once you get that up, then you push that tape back on there, like so, and that keeps it in contact with it. And then when you push this all together, then it all just seats back in to this frame. And then you just reverse the process of how it goes back together. So I'm going to stop it right there and plug it in, put a few screws in, which would be these screws over the sides. I'll get all those 3 in, and then I'll be back to show you how we're going to test it real quick to make sure. You don't want to put it all back together and then not check it. So what I'm going to do is put these in so I can put the battery in the back. So I'll be back after I get these 3 put on. Okay, now I went ahead and put in all the screws, and got all the 3 over here, the top and up here, the screens, and they're nice and tight. One thing I would suggest is before you put in all these screws, you don't have to put them all in to test it. You can make this top connection up here and the back one, which I've shown you. Make sure those are in good and tight, and then what you can do is you can plug it in and try it. But we've gone this far, so hopefully everything's going to go okay on it. We went ahead and put our battery back in, which should have been taken out before, which we had it taken out, and we had everything unplugged. So keep your fingers crossed. Basically, it was pretty simple. Turn it on, and voila, we have a new screen. So then basically all you have to do then is put your cover back on, snap that back into place. And I'm not going to bore you with the details because this is probably the simple part of it. Then you've got your last 2 screws that go on back down there. Snap it in all the way around, and you can finish. So once again, we went to laptopscreen.com. Very simple. They do have somebody there you can call if you have questions. We didn't have to do it because basically this was pretty simple. Give them the model number that came off the back of the screen. Send in your check or MasterCard or however you want to pay for it, and it was here in 4 days. It took us about 10-15 minutes to do it. Pretty simple. Saved us a lot of money from buying a new computer. So I would definitely recommend this website or this company for a new screen. Thank you, and good luck with yours.